Every position I got a diamond at.
But if I'm not getting a Mushu, you ain't getting a Jeremy.
What?
I feel like a young Omar.
Write to us. We're very friendly. Much love. I invite you here. You did me dirty.
And welcome, another episode of Going Deep with Matthew and Jeremy. This edition is episode number 38.
38 and live. Maddie, we're 38 and live today.
Hello, everybody. We are live today. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, Jerome. Welcome back, Chris. How you guys doing today? How's
Good. How
doing?
you guys doing?
Phenomenal.
Of course, you got to add that.
Marketing.
Don't forget. Phenomenal. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I was wondering why you're wearing that shirt. I was wondering what would break first. Your spirit or your body? Anybody? Nobody? No movie?
Yeah, Batman. You're Bane.
Technically, it's Dark Knight, but I'll take it.
This is Batman.
All right, guys. Well, for this edition of today's random question of the day, I have something for you guys. As you all know, it is now December. Hi, hey, welcome back, December. And the year's almost over.
The
This
longest
crazy
year in
year.
history.
When does it get cold?
I don't know.
It's been pretty
I'm
cold
wondering
to me.
myself, when is it going to get cold? But for the holiday seasons, of course, this has been starting for a while now. You know how on the radio they start playing all the Christmas music? I have a little game for you guys. This is called Lyrics Only.
Okay.
Thanks. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
He wasn't prepared.
I wasn't ready.
No, you're good. I didn't even expect you to do that. Basically,
go.
the way this game's going to work, I have 5 songs in front of me.
Okay.
I have the lyrics.
Okay.
I'm going to say part of the lyrics, but I'm going to say in the most monotone way ever. I'm going to do it as best as I can so I don't add any life into it. Does this make sense?
Yeah. Question.
Yes.
Do you watch or do you listen to Colin Cowherd?
Yeah, sometimes. Does he do this?
No, he doesn't do this. He did a kind of similar thing where he does like monotone takes on events. So like big time events, he's like as monotone as possible. Joy is her name, right?
Yes.
Joy Taylor.
Joy Taylor.
yes.
She gives it to him like in the most monotone.
Got it,
possible. He has
like
to guess it.
Going Deep, episode 38.
Number 30.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'll
And
try
you
not
have
to
to
add
figure
too
out
much
what event.
inflection. And you guys can both play. What I'll do is basically I'll start with one person, give them the first shot. If they can't get it, go to the next person. If they don't get it, it's a wash, no points, okay?
Got it.
All right, let's do this. I'm going to start off with an easy one for you guys because I like you guys. I don't want to make you suffer so much. Don't suffer. I got something for you guys, and here we go. First lyric. I'm trying to pick up. Okay, here we go. Oh, all the lights are shining so brightly everywhere, and the sound of children's laughter fills the air.
Is
Today
this
we will
Jeremy
go ahead and
Fa La
start.
La La?
We'll go ahead and start
I
with
can't
you.
remember Jingle Bells.
Give it to me again.
I'm gonna give you one more time.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, all the lights are shining so brightly everywhere, and the sound of children's laughter fills the air.
I got nothing.
No,
I got nothing.
That's not Jingle
Oh my
Bells.
gosh, I can't believe I got you. That's an easy one. So basically, the way it goes would be like, all the lights are shining so brightly. It's gonna be All I Want for Christmas Is You, guys. Come on.
I hate that song.
Okay, yeah, I actually don't listen to that song. I know
That
all
is-
I know is All I Want for
sounds
Christmas
evil.
Is You.
Everyone here, if you're watching, you know that's the truth. That's a fact. Okay, so it's 0-0. I guess this game is not gonna go well. This is not looking good for you guys. If I thought I gave it a good shot. All right, here we go. You guys ready?
Yeah, give me a second one.
I'll try to do it easier now, and I'll let Chris go first. this
Okay,
time. He's loaded lots
Ben.
of toys
Oh,
and goodies on his sleigh, and every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly.
Dude, I don't know any Christmas songs.
Oh,
it's just he sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. Am I on the right track?
yeah, I gotta get an answer. I can't give you.
I don't know the name. You're saying reindeer. I'm gonna just go Rudolph.
Rudolph
This is actually, guys, okay, maybe this is a bad
Silent
idea.
Night.
This is chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Nobody knows that song.
What? Chestnuts roasting on
No.
Oh my gosh,
No.
guys, where is your Christmas spirit? All right.
Question:
Well,
Does
yes,
Michael Bublé do that song?
he probably did.
I think that's why you know it.
What do you mean? Everyone's done these songs before.
No,
okay,
no,
fine.
no.
I'll do one for Jeremy because he
I
likes.
never heard Drizzy do it.
All right. Oh gosh, guys, I thought this was gonna be easy.
No, this is very difficult. I don't know holiday songs.
Okay, let's just do one more because this is not working.
I got this. I'm gonna freaking get the next 3.
Okay, I'll let you. I'll let
You
you
gotta
go
pick a genre I actually listen to.
I thought it would work. Oh god, this is embarrassing on live, and this doesn't even work. All right, here we go. The fireside is blazing bright. We're caroling through the night.
Is this Fuck, I don't even know.
Silent Night.
It was on the tip of my
Silent Night. I'm going with Silent Night until it's Silent Night.
Okay, how about
hope you have a merry little Christmas.
How about the beginning? Hang all the mistletoe. I'm gonna get to know you better.
No.
Yeah.
Guys, This Christmas by Chris Brown. Oh boy.
You got nothing from me.
You know what,
You got
guys?
nothing but crickets.
Axe this game. This game was horrible. Sorry, everybody. I thought you guys would be in the Christmas spirit. Apparently, these two don't want to be in it.
It's only December 2nd. It's not time.
It already started. December started already.
It's not time.
Christmas time is here.
COVID says Santa got COVID. No Christmas.
No, it's not. It's the CC. It's a COVID Christmas.
No, it's a CS. COVID Santa.
Oh.
Do you guys know why Santa carries such a big sack?
Oh no.
Because he's
nuts.
He only comes once a year.
wow, that dude.
Moving on to today's topics. We're going to be hitting the NBA, MLB today first. I think it's breaking news of the day, correct? NBA breaking news.
Yeah, for sure.
Russell Westbrook
Might as well be Russell Wilson. He probably
traded to
than
the Washington Wizards for John Wall and a 2023 protected first-round pick.
This went down, what, an hour ago?
Hour and a
Hour-ish
half?
ago?
hour and a half ago.
Um,
Let's give a little applause for that, right? What a trade! What a trade!
Where does James Harden go now?
I know.
so
That's the more intriguing part out of this damn trade. This trade is basically, I'll trade you this guy for the same guy.
yes, I agree. It's the same guy for the same guy. However, I don't think James is leaving now.
You think he's staying?
I think they're just gonna say you're gonna get another star to team up with. See what happens this year. No, those guys.
Give you the 7th star to try and
Yeah, let
do
me
a
see if
puzzle?
this star works out for you. I think he's gonna stay. I was reading reports. All indications show that he should be staying.
Okay.
Not that it's his choice. At the end of the day, it's not his choice, right?
I feel like, okay, this is gonna be a horrible analogy, right? But I feel like the Rockets are playing. The Rockets are playing a how would you say it? A game where you have to put the shapes in. Have you guys played that game before? The one you play with shapes. You got to put your shapes in there. The little puzzle.
Oh, the little puzzle game. Yes.
Yeah, very old. Okay. Let's say there's only.
And there goes our camera.
It's okay. There's only 2, right? Let's say there's only 2 pieces.
Yeah.
Only 2. Rockets a very simple game plan. Just put the 2 pieces in there. Right? James Harden is a triangle. And the 2 pieces they have is a circle and square. And the one piece they're trying to put in there is James Harden, which is a triangle, which does not fit.
I agree.
Is anybody on with me in this?
Yes. No, I'm listening.
I feel like the problem is James Harden.
What
not,
do you need, Jeremy?
I was telling you the button. It's the button. I think you gotta hold the button there.
I have to hold it?
You should be able to do like a handheld one. Sorry, guys. We're getting our live going for you guys, and we're having some
I'll cut
technical
this part out,
difficulty.
don't worry.
All right. So you're saying it's James Harden,
Yes.
and I think you're right because I'm looking at his game.
Yeah.
His game is what, Maddie? Threes and fouls.
Well, more
Who
like,
compliments him?
more like walking and traveling.
Exactly. Okay, so we can look at it that way too.
And
But
pushing.
my thing is, who really compliments him in any game?
Nobody.
There's nobody. So I think you're right that it's James Harden. He's just not made to win.
I got you.
I don't see how he'd win. I'm thinking they tried to pair him up with a big Dwight Howard. Didn't work out. Let me give you a facilitator.
Really quick, let's do this. James, can you put him with Dwight Howard? We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Dwight Howard was on decline. Sure, let's just say
I
that.
don't even think he was on decline. He didn't fit for the NBA anymore.
Yeah, so he
James
wasn't.
Harden
Okay,
and
let's
Steph
just say he
Curry
wasn't.
changed the
So we'll
league.
give him that part was just Dwight not fitting in, not James Harden's fault.
Yes.
We'll brush that aside.
Okay.
Next star, who is it?
Chris Paul.
Chris Paul.
Yeah, that's James Harden's fault.
That's James Harden's fault.
That's James Harden. Yes and no, because I think they brought him a facilitator thinking LeBron needs a facilitator, right?
Yeah.
And I think, hey, LeBron needs one, James, you need one.
Yeah.
And I don't think that really works out for James Harden. What he needs, in my opinion, is just a score.
Okay.
Like a secondary scorer that doesn't need the ball, that can play off ball. He needs a Klay Thompson type of player.
Oh, that's fair.
Now, is he ever going to get that? Probably not.
I think he's a little too late now. He's a little
It's
down
too late,
the
but
road.
to your Chris Paul idea,
So as long as it's
facilitator
weird.
who needs to hold the ball and loves getting assists. How does that work with a guy that needs the ball the whole time?
Yeah, you're right,
It
dude.
doesn't work out. What's your next one? Russ. Can't shoot the three, needs the ball to drive.
Yep.
Doesn't work out. These guys need guys that can stand in the corner and shoot. That's why Chris Middleton and Giannis work. Chris Middleton doesn't need the ball. Chris Middleton probably should not have the ball.
You're really mean to Chris Middleton. He's a nice guy.
I'm a realist. That's what it is.
Well, not really.
Why?
Because you don't like LeBron because you just don't like him.
Ugh, here we go with LeBron again. I have not a big gripe with LeBron. I don't like how he
Good
moves.
sized gripe.
I don't like how he moves in the league, if that makes sense.
You don't like how he blazes through
You don't like how he
organizations
walks?
in the league?
Don't make fun of him. He walks a certain way.
He does
He's very pigeon toed.
He
Okay,
does have
come
a lot
on.
of walk, but at the same time, he just. I don't like the way LeBron kind of destroys cultures. To me, he'll
Hey, man.
create one to friggin' destroy it.
I'll
Are you referencing
I'll take
the
the
Lakers young
championship.
core they had 2 years ago?
Okay, Lakers young core, yes. You have Lakers core. You have all of Cleveland
Boo.
twice.
Yeah.
And you have Miami.
Hey,
The thing even with Miami is like,
Can I-
hey, let me join you guys. No, you don't get a chance yet. It's my turn. It's my turn.
Go,
I feel like freaking Skip right now.
go. Are you done? Okay, go.
Go ahead now.
Wait, no, seriously, go.
Okay,
I'm
so
sorry.
to me, going to Miami though, he walked away, did nothing to help the organization grow further,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
All right, you have something. You're gonna say he won a title at each spot.
No. See, it is very simple. It's like that. Oh, well, so he won whatever. But what do all those three franchises have in common? That Washington, that Houston, that Sacramento don't have.
What's that?
They have a championship. They got all three of them got a championship. They go LeBron. Thank you. Remember what did Kobe say? Friendships or whatever your feelings are.
friendships,
temporary, whatever it is.
championships last forever.
They're forever.
No,
I tied in Kobe.
no, I agree with you that championships matter, but at the same point, it makes me kind of wonder. Like, yes, I can win a chip for this next year, right? Maybe I'll be in contention for 2-3 years, but now my organization is down for 10 years. Is it worth it? It's tough to say,
A
right?
lot of people would. We were saying we would take that damn Dodger championship just once for those eight titles.
Well, you had to wait 81 years
titles.
or whatever it is. No, let's hear it. Let's hear it,
Is
Chris.
the one good enough for you? That one Dodger championship? Even though a lot of people don't see it's credible? Because of COVID year?
It's more credible than a regular championship, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I have to agree after the long layoff they had.
The feeling I had when the final pitch happened. Sorry that we're going to baseball and basketball. We'll go back, but they'll never be recreated again in my life. The emotion in my body when that happened. These some people think championships, man. You remember?
It's like an 80-year holding something in for
A long time.
Yeah, and then you finally get to let it go.
Exactly. So, but the thing with LeBron, though, I understand. Yeah, he's older. Giving him a lot of money is a little difficult. You do tie up some stuff, or some things are,
Well, we didn't even get to the fact that LeBron just got a 2-year, $85 million deal.
Yeah, which we wanted to add too.
That was a Kobe.
You
You compared it to the Kobe deal.
The Kobe's
right?
final deal that he got.
To me, Kobe earned that. He brought you 5 titles,
Yeah.
and he gave you 18 years of greatness.
You're,
You've had LeBron for 2 years, and you're giving him the same treatment.
dude.
That's the thing.
That LeBron is a once in a lifetime talent. You're never gonna find a guy like this ever again. Example.
Maybe not.
Example.
Maybe so.
We talked a couple episodes ago. We love Brandon Ingram. Do we love him? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
We're not ripping on the guy at all. Do we think he has this potential? Yes, we do, right? We
course.
all agree. Kevin Durant kind of style, high ceiling. But there's a
I
reason.
think you gotta touch the screen.
There's a reason why there's only there's a handful of those guys who come from college, from high school, that make a difference, who are that type of players.
No, I agree. I think there's certain
Unfortunately,
guys.
like you said, I know you understand the youth movement. It sucked to give them away. True, it sucks. You get a personal connection sometimes. These are young guys. You like to see them grow. It's like, oh, we started something, right? But there's Brandon Ingram. He's a good player, but when he walked into the league, it's not that's the next star. It's we hope he's the next star.
We're putting all our chips in this guy, hoping he's
I
the next
agree.
guy.
Yeah. It's tough. You don't know the future, right? That's why you say you trade prospects for given talent.
Exactly, it's tough. It's tough
tough
to do
to
that.
say. Oh, by the way, guys.
And in basketball, though, sorry, really
go
quick,
ahead.
it's easier to do that baseball, you want to hold into your talent because baseball's more
Baseball's a lot harder.
A lot harder. You got 25 guys. In basketball, usually you get the 5
If
best
you get the
guys.
one guy, then you're
Even
good to
the
go.
one guy, you're gonna, depends also the one guy because it's not as easy. You can't say you get the best player, you're gonna win. Because James Harden was the MVP almost 2 years in a row. He hasn't won.
He hasn't won anything.
Right?
No?
There's something about him that just doesn't work.
Well, at the same time, you say you need that one guy. That one guy doesn't always work out, like you just said, right? Like I can hold on to that guy, but maybe he doesn't work out. If you kind of look at Cleveland the first time with LeBron, didn't work out.
Yeah,
one of the best players in the league, right?
Yeah, that's true.
He was 1-2 at the time with Kobe.
Fair.
You could say one, you could say two, whatever it is. He didn't win though.
Yeah.
You want to blame talent around him, you can blame talent around him, but at the same time,
but there's a
the
lot.
East was a lot different back then too. It's just kind of not different. It's kind of the same now.
The only thing I give to him though is that you're right. The talent around him wasn't as good, and he didn't win it. But he took him to the damn almost promised.
Well, he
land.
went to the finals once, right?
Yeah, once. Hey, once at at a young age too. And
but so you're telling me when he got better, he couldn't get further?
What do you mean?
When he was raw, he was at his peak. He went to the finals.
So that's what you're telling me, that he was better raw than he was with better skill.
No, he's just a smarter player now. Before it was just raw, technical, Well,
that's what I'm saying. Like, if he was smarter, he should have technically got him back there in a weaker East, minus the 3 Celtics. What do they call themselves?
The big 3.
Yeah, but they're like the one that they had on ESPN, like the Musketeer things.
Oh, God, I don't know.
But I can't remember. But guys, remember, you guys can chime in on this. Give us a call at 909-378-6042. We're taking calls today.
Yeah, we are taking calls. We are taking calls. Again, I'm going to say it one more time. 909-378-6042. Go ahead and call us in and tell Jeremy how wrong he is. Or you can call and
tell me how right I am.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be amazing.
Call and tell me that I'm right.
Still mad.
But yes, so we had that news. Russell Westbrook, of course, traded for Mr. Wall.
Talk about it. Do you guys like the move? Does it make sense? Does it make sense to you?
I don't think it doesn't.
I think it was headache for headache, right?
Yeah, sure. Headache for headache. It's kind of like irrelevant for irrelevant. They're both good players. Mm-hmm. Of course, James Harden has a lot more news, or he's been in the news a lot more because he's been wanting to get traded. He's been performing too. We're not gonna listen.
You can't say he's not a great player. He's not a great performer.
John Wall, other hand, has been hurt the last few years. We haven't seen him, but we also see a guy who has a lot of potential, a good player.
See, that's what I think. That's why Houston got a number 1 first rounder for it. Mm-hmm. Because he can say, my headache at least plays 80 games a year. Your headache plays 60
he's coming
games.
off a major surgery, a major injury, so...
Do you kind of think that maybe John Wall's play kind of goes better with Harden? Maybe a better playmaker than Westbrook? Because I think Westbrook is kind of just wild and it happens.
Yeah, I think so.
And John Wall's a little more cerebral, in my opinion. Kind of like can see the floor better.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. I agree.
It's kind of like, to me... It's almost like another Chris Paul edition. Just he can't shoot the 3 as good.
That's
but
true.
He gets to the rim better.
Hopefully, from coming off his injury, he's a little better because
I haven't seen him do all his training stuff.
Exactly.
He looks amazing.
He looks great, which is great. We don't know until obviously the game, right? But
exactly.
It sucks coming off an Achilles injury like that. Though some guys, don't come back 100% the same. Lucky for John Wall, he's a little younger, not even that young. He's been in the league for a while now. We got to remember.
He's been in the league for a while.
10 years, right?
Yeah, he's dug into this
2011?
whole league for like 10 years already.
The thing that just gives me some hope for that kind of mix, if James Harden does stay, we've seen John Wall work with another similar guy who likes to score. Maybe not as good ball handle. I mean, like passer, but Bradley Beal's a scorer too.
Who would you rather have on your team, Bradley Beal or John Wall or James Harden?
James Harden. At this point, I'd rather have Bradley Beal.
I think Bradley Beal's the better guy.
I like Bradley Beal because
his game complements a star better.
I think he's a better complementary player. I agree.
I think can we all agree Harden's not a 1 anymore?
Oh, man, that's so hard because he puts up the numbers as a 1.
He puts up the numbers, but his play doesn't equal 1.
No, you're right. The same way that we talked about a couple episodes ago about the guys getting signed. Are they a number 1? Are they getting? They're getting paid 1 money. They're putting up 1 numbers, but are they number 1? We don't know. Harden, I'll give him a 1B. I still think he's pretty good, but unfortunately, playoffs does not.
I don't think his game translates in playoffs.
Yeah, which is weird, right? Because he does what you want him to do. He shoots the 3. He drives the basket. He shoots free throws. Shoots them at a high percentage. Basically, he has a high percentage shot either way because he shoots the 3 pretty well. And he goes to the bucket and gets fouled, and his free throws are great. So what's going on? What's not working? Right? It's kind of confusing.
No, I think you guys are right.
His defense is awful, but that's a separate issue.
Well, yeah, that's a separate issue. But I think the reason Harden doesn't translate in the playoffs is that you have 82 games to play during the regular season. My defense doesn't need to be as tight.
Do you think maybe he's just not a
you think he gets scared in that moment? I was just thinking that defenses actually kind of play defense in the playoffs.
I think they do, but if you're a good shooter, you're a good shooter. No, you don't think so?
Maybe.
I mean,
I don't know. I also don't think you get as many calls in the playoffs.
That's fair.
He gets a lot of ticky-tackies that kind of bail him out.
No.
And I think that might be part of it.
I don't know. I feel there's a little bit of the psyche there, though.
There might be.
Because his first, playoff, I think he was pretty good.
He put up some numbers on the playoffs. He just doesn't win the game.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, he was pretty good until, remember he had an awful finals against the Heat, right? Yeah. Was your favorite player on the other side. Yeah. But what if after that...
My favorite player, D-Wade, at that point.
I know, D-Wade was the guy.
D-Wade. It was all D-Wade.
Mario Chalmers was my favorite.
Mike Miller.
With one shoe, remember that?
Oh my gosh, that's how you play. Remind me of the old Mark Mattson when he...
Mad Dog when he was dancing?
When he was dancing like that, but then he got his shoe, remember, take it off too. But anyways, where was I? Don't you feel like he kind of
shrinks?
That thing just kind of shocked him, and maybe it led to this. I don't know. I'm speculating here. I'm just saying.
Maybe it's tough to say with him.
Some guys, Kobe.
He thrives in that moment.
Missed the 4 air balls against Utah. That could define someone. That could be never again. My cojones shrink.
Yeah, and he was young at that point,
too. He was super young. And then all of a sudden, he's like, no, my cojones got bigger.
I think the story is he went to the gym right afterwards and stayed in there for 10 hours just shooting whatever it was.
Hearing all the stories with Kobe, I'm pretty sure he's like, nope.
I don't care.
5,000 shots, man.
I gotta go and do the work.
Can't miss 10 of them. 5,000 shots.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Right?
That's just young legs just not being ready for it. But I had another question for you guys, NBA related.
Yes, go ahead.
I was listening to some interesting stuff, and the question is, who has more pressure on them this year to be successful?
Okay.
Stephen Curry of the Warriors or Kevin Durant of the Nets?
Kevin Durant. 100%. Easy question.
Easy question,
really?
Easy
question for me, yeah.
You don't think the Warriors need to come back on top after all the criticism?
No, because
he needs to show that he is that unanimous MVP.
I think there's still a battered team. There's still an injury-ridden team.
People are going to give the Warriors a lot of leeway still because you're hurt. You went through torn ACL with Clay. He comes back, tears his Achilles. Horrible season. Steph breaks his hand. You got players. Kevin Durant leaves you free agency. You got, again, your worst record. Got teams. I think all the pundits or fans are still going to be, and they delivered though 3 championship, 1 without Durant. Right? It's not like they needed Durant to get there. That's why I feel like Durant has more on his plate because you went to the Nets, right, to make a difference with Kyrie. Let's see what you can do. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be very similar, a lot of pressure, like
when LeBron first showed up to Miami.
Went to Miami. That's how I feel. Steph, hey buddy, you've done it before. Can you do it again? And you'll have a lot of people rooting for you. You'll be that. You'll have that. Well, before everyone hated the Warriors, I still think people still kind of hate, but I think now you're actually gonna. Hopefully they do a little better. All this bad luck goes away. Because I don't like that whole. I don't like that. They had a lot of good success and luck. Good that some bad luck.
Well, the reality is they drafted good and they had a lot of cash. Yeah. And they were able to steal a guy like Durant. And you can't hate them for that.
Does their by the Warriors being bad these next 2 years? Let's just say they're bad this year.
Sure.
Does that dynasty kind of get watered down because they won titles with KD? Rather, they only won 1 by themselves, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, 2015.
So how great are they really? If they can't win without Kevin Durant, if you can't have, probably at the time, 2 of the top 5 players, right? Curry, KD, top 5 at the time.
I think to measure it, you have to have another season with just the core 3, no Durant. Which they can't get because one of them keeps dropping down.
Yeah, one of them keeps dropping down. I'll give them a little bit. I think they were a solid team, man. I
think they're a solid team too.
Durant.
I'm not too sure if it's KD or Steph because I think Steph kind of has a legacy to prove at this point. Is he as great and transcendent as they say he is? Because if you only did it for 2 years, you and Clay, and after that it was the KD show. KD leaves and bad luck happens, but you're still not able to do anything. Doesn't that kind of show up? And you can't say that the Warriors haven't gone out and tried to get help. Kept the number 2 pick, James Wiseman. Yeah. Went out, spent basically $80 million to bring you Kelly Oubre.
Yeah.
Went out, got you Andrew Wiggins. Originally, they got you D'Angelo Russell. Yeah. They've gotten pieces to be successful, and it's not working out. So that's, to me, why I think there's a little more pressure on Curry to kind of show,
really,
I am a top dog. I did deserve that unanimous MVP.
That's fair.
I need all this. KD, we can look at it, and he's just a great all around because he's shown it already to me.
I think it goes a little bit with how people perceive or see their personalities as well. Curry's a lot more. Seems like a guy who just knows what he's gonna do and he's fine with it. The criticism is gonna be criticism. Everyone's gonna be a lot more pressure on KD because they know how he is. You know how we talked about. He has a former burner account. Gets pissed off at the media all the time. So guess what? In return, the media, the people are gonna be like, yeah, KD, show us something. Because this dude over here did something. Yeah, maybe it wasn't like you said. Maybe KD helped and all that stuff. But just the way he is brings more attention to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I think
it takes a little bit of it because that's the reason why more eyes are fixated. That's why, in my opinion, they're going to be more fixated on KD because you have a guy, and it's hard because you have to take into account what team they're at and what their situation is. For the Warriors, it's like you said, injury riddled. Can they come back? Oh, and then for the Brooklyn Nets, it's like, okay, you got Kyrie who left LeBron, right? Made that big shot, but left LeBron want to be the guy. He went to Boston, kind of. They didn't not a good reputation, right? Now he goes to Brooklyn again, kind of not a good reputation in the beginning because played without him, Brooklyn plays better. Now you want to see how does Kyrie. I know the question was KD or Curry, but I think the fact that he
has Kyrie,
he's going to add a lot more eyes on him now.
Well, I think it makes sense what you're saying. I think it all makes sense together. I just look at that and what did the analysts say they were ending up in? They have them at 6th, right? Like they don't have them to be very high. They don't look at them very. They're not looking at them highly because of what they are. They think those guys aren't going to play. And yada yada yada. Yeah. So that's just why I kind of think maybe there is something towards it. Last thing I have for you guys before we move on to MLB. Have you guys seen all the Clipper news? I know we're not Clipper people. We usually don't talk about them.
Yeah, I hate the Clippers with a burning passion.
Did you hear the news though?
No, I actually didn't.
You didn't?
No, hit me with the news.
Hit 'em.
You want me to hit him?
I'll let you hit him.
I don't even have the thing, but I'll get you.
I don't have it either. But basically, what happened? They came out. We talked about.
Is this Paul George that was on Up in Smoke?
Well, that's a different one.
He's on that too. We can talk about that too. But basically, I remember I told you guys there's a lot of rumblings in the clubhouse. Yeah. Like what was going on? Locker room. Oh yeah, I forgot their locker room. They don't have a clubhouse. in the locker room.
Come on, Jared. Choose the right sport.
They're in the locker room, and a lot of it is like. There's a big thing about Kawhi needing his own personal space.
Yes.
Before games, in order to do his ritual, he just needs to be silent.
6 feet, yeah.
They have 6 feet. The bad part that happened with that, though, is that it turned out when they were on the away arenas, he would take a locker from one of those staff members who happened to be a woman, so it made it look worse.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so that happened. Paul George and Kawhi used to dictate practices.
Yeah.
Whether or not they had to practice.
So basically,
everybody had to practice.
Imagine this. Imagine
LeBron being the GM, but he's doing that with the whole team.
I told you. What does that have to do with LeBron? We won a championship. They didn't. Basically, imagine Instagram post, just a black page with white writing, and it gives you 10 reasons why the Clippers are so bad. Basically what he said, players felt that they were dictating practices. Kawhi wanted sometimes to fly with his own fly to games or whatever, so sometimes he would be late to team practices, team flights to go somewhere else.
The team allowed him to stay in San Diego and commute back and forth.
So sometimes
he'd be isolated.
Yeah.
Basically,
he wasn't on the team.
They would have to wait. Imagine all 2 of us getting ready for a show, and Jeremy lives in whatever. He's like, oh, we gotta wait for this guy.
Oh my,
pretty much,
right? That's how it gets.
Like you're coming from San Diego or something like that.
Guys, I'm coming from San Diego. Be there in a couple hours.
And then we gotta hold up the show. At 7, but now I guess we're leaving at 8, right? So
at 7. Oh, we're gonna leave at freaking midnight. Sorry.
Exactly. So. That's just 2 of the things. There's a lot more. The thing that you mentioned, up in the smoke.
All the smoke.
All the smoke. Sorry.
Up in Smoke is a Cheech and Chong movie, isn't it?
That is true. That's what was in my head. Blockbuster. I just remember the little joint.
The All the Smoke one was a little different. That one was. They talked about the 3-1, right?
The 3-1.
The 3-1.
The 3-1 lead over Denver.
Yeah, the 3-1 defeat. They kind of talked about they kind of just said yeah, we'll be fine, and there was no urgency.
Yeah,
nobody made any adjustments. Doc was trying to use Paul George as JJ Redick.
Yeah, he says that I felt like the way he wanted to play me was more like a Ray Allen or post up and all that stuff off the screen, which I could do, but it's not my game. I need to be in rhythm and stuff like that. I was like, dude,
Paul George is an idiot.
You complaining a lot, dog.
At the beginning of the year, all they were talking about was, this is our year. Pat Beverly said, oh, y'all in trouble now. It's over. Remember that at the casino, him and Lou Will?
Yeah.
And then they lose, and he's in the press conference, and he's like, man, y'all knew this was a, probably not going to win this year. It was a long shot. And I was like, dude, what are you talking about?
Paul George is like...
Paul George is an idiot.
Championship would be nice, but we weren't expecting it.
He's an idiot. Yeah, we weren't expecting it.
Oh, gosh.
What do you mean, dude? The billboards everywhere were showing that you guys expected it.
Yeah. Like,
The hell out of
LA,
here,
right?
bro.
I had all the notes. I should have had all the notes here.
We run LA!
But I just wanted to say the Clippers are a disaster.
I'm glad they're a disaster. Back where they belong. Disaster.
Well, they're still going to be winning games, but...
They're going to win games, but...
a disaster.
No, they're so talented, but...
They remind me of the Angels. Like, they go all in, and it just never pans out.
I said it all along. Steve Ballmer should take that team to Seattle. Back home where he's from. Bring back the
That'd be pretty
Sonics.
cool.
Get the hell out of LA. Go away.
No, I think that's a good idea.
It's a good idea. He's got the money for
I
it.
do like that you said that because I do have a question about that, about teams moving. On the drive here, I heard a little conversation about, we have now Lakers, 17 titles, right? Boston Celtics,
Tied.
17 titles. Some people in the Boston, or, in Boston media probably, most likely, say that technically we only have 12. Because
Don't count Minneapolis.
Yeah, exactly. How do you guys feel about that?
I could easily say we don't count the ones from the 60s because Bill Russell was a complete, freak of nature.
Like he's the one.
I wouldn't even say who's... would you guys say Wilt was the best center at that time? Between the two of them?
He came a little after that, I think.
I think they played enough together, though.
They did, though. They did play enough for someone to kind of match him and just couldn't do it.
It depends on how you're evaluating them. A lot of guys think that championships is the main evaluator, and in that case, he's got 10. But I think Wilt was the better player.
Okay, I just
the stats show
otherwise. When you
otherwise.
say who's the best player, you say Wilt before you say Bill Russell. Bill Russell comes in after because they're like, he's won the championship. He was a damn good player too. We're not saying he's not, but Wilt was kind of like the one, right?
He was the guy.
Different type of guy, right? But anyways, you guys like I got what you feel.
I understand.
You feel the same way? Like it's a
franchise.
franchise.
It's about your legacy, right? It's about the teams. It's about the franchise, the legacy.
Yeah.
If I move from one place to another, am I going a complete rebrand? It's just a different city, right?
Because someone mentioned that Seattle doesn't take their OKC doesn't take it. But to be fair, I know they moved and that was a team, but they also changed names. They're like,
they completely abandoned the Seattle,
which makes sense. Why the OKC Thunder have 0? They're not one.
Yeah, that's why you could never on 2K. They never even let you wear the Seattle jerseys. It makes me sad. It makes me sad every time.
Yeah, I know Seattle jerseys are pretty cool. But exactly. So what I'm saying is, if you're
keeping the brand, keeping the identity, keeping the legacy. It goes up in the rafters.
I agree too.
It's just why not? It's not like you've completely flipped. I didn't go from. Let's just say the Clippers had won in Buffalo or San Diego.
Yeah,
I think they were still the Clippers minus Buffalo, right? Braves and Buffalo.
Yeah, and here they became the San Diego Clippers.
San Diego Clippers. If they won in San Diego, would we say don't put up your banner from San Diego?
No, of course not.
Well, it's like the Dodgers.
Counts.
Like, would you count the championships in
Brooklyn?
Brooklyn?
It's all part of the same franchise.
Or when the Giants won in New York?
Exactly, same thing. It's the exact same thing.
I think it's fair. As long as you keep the name, you're the same franchise. That's you.
If we're doing that, the Angels haven't won a title yet because those are the Anaheim Angels.
If you want to play that
Not
game.
the Los Angeles
Play
Angels.
that game. Everybody's losing a freaking title this year.
But I just wanted to mention it because it's kind of dumb, but it makes sense because Boston obviously Lakers. They just rivalries.
They hate LA.
I understand.
They hate us because they ain't us.
They hate us because they ain't us.
They're
same.
Because they anus? Is that what you said?
They hate us because they ain't us. What is it? Something.
What are you talking about?
Something peanut butter and jealous.
I like that one. Peanut butter and jealous.
There's a lot.
You like that one?
I got a lot. It's from a movie, but I got a lot.
What kind of peanut butter?
Peanut butter.
Crunchy?
The crunchy smooth.
Skippy?
Is it smooth?
I like the one that has chunks in it.
Yeah, I like the chunky one too. I like crunchy.
Can I say all of the above?
No, you get one or the other. If you're stuck on an island tomorrow, are you bringing the crunchy or are you bringing the smooth?
Wait a minute, I forgot I'm allergic. Never mind.
I like it. Just please push the button. Save me.
You're gonna give me more of a heads up there.
Hit the button.
Hit the button.
Press the button.
Yeah.
As in press
All
the
right,
button.
ready? What movie? Really quick.
All right.
Okay, ready? What movie? Push the button. Yeah, go ahead. Push the button.
Hey, push the button. Hey. Yeah, it's a rush hour.
Thank you, Rush Hour.
That was a nice little NBA segment. Just moving on to our baseball segment today.
MLB.
Talking about those Anaheim Angels. We talked about a lot of moves happening today. Today was a non-tendered deadline, meaning whether or not you're going to offer contracts to some of your players, arbitration.
On your 40-man roster.
On your 40-man roster, whether they're going to go, you're allowed to go to arbitration, bringing them back, whatever it may be.
Yes, and if you don't, They become
free agents.
Free
And we
agents.
get to go on free agency tangent.
Let's do it.
Maddie,
You want me to say the list?
Yeah, why don't you start with your non-tenured for now, and we'll get into it.
Obviously, there's more, but I have a couple of like these are the big names.
ones. Give me
These
the
are
big ones, Maddie, because
All
I
right.
think there's some interesting ones.
There are some interesting ones. First, we're going to the Twin City, Minnesota Twins. Eddie Rosario is reportedly being non-tendered, and he is now a free agent. What do you guys think about Mr. Eddie Rosario?
Rosario's a little interesting one to me. I was reading up on him today. A lot of pop in the back, kind of came out of nowhere. Do you guys remember when he was just like a small second baseman?
Yeah, his first year actually, he hit 15 triples and slowly has been turning that. Since 2017, he has 96 home runs, which ranks 14th in the NL. He has placed among the top 20 in AL MVP voting in each of the last 2 seasons. This is thank you to Yahoo Sports, by the way. But that gives you a little insight of who he is, who he's become as a player. He's only 29 years old, but he is fitting the free agent market.
Yeah, so his issue is that he doesn't really play into baseball nowadays where on base is the main factor, right? He doesn't do that. He hits bombs, has a good arm. You were telling me earlier, his defensive metrics actually dropped.
Yes, they did drop.
Normally he was a good defender. That was one of the keys to Minnesota's success.
Yeah.
Success is that they had great outfield. Byron, you had Kepler, and you had Rosario.
Yes.
Defense dropped. I think the arm is still pretty solid, though.
Yeah.
Did it make sense to pay him if he's not going to produce what you want him to produce, right?
Well,
And I'm assuming they have guys. I don't know the
yes,
Twins.
that's what I was going to go. Great segment there. Good job. I don't think you did it by naturally, dude. You're just a natural at this.
I am waiting to get hired for the
Their
big
top
bucks.
prospect, one of the top prospects, Alex Kirilloff, who made his debut in the playoffs against the White Sox. He went, or not the White Sox. I'm sorry, against the Astros. He went 1 for 4. He is up and coming. He's a new guy. They like him. He's a good defense guy. Makes solid contact. I was reading his kind of scouting report. Alex Kirilloff, obviously, when you're a rookie, now you got 5-6 years of control now. He's going to be cheap. Like you just said, you have Kepler, you have Buxton. You have a lot of guys there now, so that could be a reason also. They said, hey, we have a guy who's young, who's cost-friendly, and seems that he has a high ceiling, so let's go with this young buck instead of paying Eddie Rosario whatever it would have been, maybe like around the 10-15 million range. Save ourselves some money.
No, I think it makes sense. I've been reading a lot of them so a lot of the guys are going to go through are actually they're having a high possibility of coming back to their original team.
Yeah, maybe
at
just
a better
get
deal.
Better deal.
Because arbitration numbers may be higher, but maybe they want to stay there.
Fair.
And there's mutual interest. I think that's one of the things.
I agree. That could definitely happen. Sometimes
with
a lot of these teams are like,
Rosario right here.
Let's cut ways, but let's give you a new deal so it works in your favor, our favor. Let's make everybody happy.
No, I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I think, to me, if we don't know if these stadiums are going to be open up yet, right?
Yeah.
If you're young enough, take the 1-year deal, bet on yourself, go back in when there's more money available. Hypothetically speaking, 2021, 2022 season, whatever it is, there should be fans, there should be more money generated.
Great point.
If I'm young enough and I'm confident in my abilities, go ahead. I'll re-sign with you. Let's go the shorter deal.
Yeah.
Less money. And let's see what happens. Minnesota, you're in technically a title race.
Yeah, you're
in title contention.
You're a contender
in the AL. You and I both agree that they're not very scary.
They're not. They're a playoff team, but
they're a
not
playoff team.
not
If you want that
contender.
experience, if you like the atmosphere, and you want to give it one more go, yeah, it's your last dance.
Gotcha.
Might as well go for it. Now, I think there's names you're going to give me where I'll tell you, hey, this might be the best thing possible for you.
Yeah.
So that's my take on Rosario.
I like it.
Chris, you got anything to add to Rosario?
Nothing.
All right, I want him over again. Hit me with the next name.
All right, this one, a guy that was heavily favored in a couple years ago, a right-handed bat. I do remember the Dodgers were talking about possibly acquiring him. This guy is Jose Martinez, of course, former Chicago Cub, if you guys remember that, because he went from St. Louis, Tampa Bay, now to the Cubs. Didn't really work out. Guy who is bat first, definitely. Defense is not what you're looking for when he comes out to him, so obviously the DH helps him. But the problem is, now he can't hit. Before he was hitting everything. Now he can't hit anything, and he can't play defense. Makes sense why he was not tender. Why even pay him whatever he's going to make, because he'll probably make less if he decides a different deal. Jose Martinez, guys. What do you guys think about that, gentleman?
Jose Martinez, to me, is a professional hitter against lefties only.
That is true.
He does great against lefties. It's an interesting one. I understand why they would cut ties. doesn't offer anything on the field. You know what? There's another name I know you're going to get to, but let me just hit the point now. We don't know if there's a DH still. I don't know what the hell they're waiting for.
Yeah.
Figure out what the rules are going to be so that these teams who are in free agency can figure out what they're doing. Mm-hmm. That's why we're seeing a lot of players not get the contract, tender offer. And he's one of those guys. He's an easy DH guy.
Yeah.
26-man roster, he could be that option.
The problem with him now is a DH guy, but he was so bad that now it's like...
That's the issue. He was bad with the Cubs. Was awful, but he was okay with the Rays, right?
I think he was already on his way. He wasn't the guy they traded for. Remember what they traded to get him?
What did they give away?
I don't remember. I thought you knew.
No, I don't think it was much. I think it was like a player to be named later. But
all I know is that the Rays made that Matthew Liberatore to the St. Louis Cardinals for Mr. Who's that guy again? Randy Arozarena did everything.
Yeah, that's the one that they messed up on. That was a big mess.
Well, let's move on because Jose Martinez, not the biggest name here. We have another fella. His name is Mr. Adam Duvall, of course, former Team Atlanta Braves. As you guys know, during the NLCS, he took one swing, had to be removed, was replaced by Christian Pache. He is 32, and he still could return to Atlanta. This is what the statements say. So something similar to what you were saying, Jeremy, like a guy who can come back. The only problem is he might be playing less because they do have that top prospect, as I said already. His name Christian Pache, who came in the playoffs. Looks like he has a bright future ahead of him. Chris, anything to say about Mr. Adam Duvall? He just probably hit he had 16 home runs in 57 games in 2020. Probably on pace for like 30 bombs, 35 bombs.
I like that Pache kid.
Yeah, he's good though, huh? The Pache is good.
The Pache, what does Pache mean?
Yeah, I don't know. Pache. Christian Pache.
And he was out in center field, right?
Yeah, good defense, man. I think it says here poised to handle the corner outfield spot opposite Ronald Acuna, but he played center. I thought he played center a little bit better than Ronald, to be honest.
I remember him playing center because of they kept showing the Bellinger home runs that he was robbing.
Yeah.
And then they would hit one towards Pache and he would never get it.
Yeah,
he missed like three of them.
He made one catch, but then he kept he would mistime his jumps. Like, you kind of hit the wall.
Yeah.
So
let's kind of just play on that. Remember we kind of talked about how the Dodgers kind of had home field advantage?
Yeah.
That was part of it. I think Bellinger learned the field, right? Pache was a last-minute call-up. Last guy to kind of get out there, learn the field. But I do think he's going to be a better center fielder. And I think you're right. I did touch on it with the DH scenario.
Yeah, that's a guy who they did mention, so that's probably what they're looking at. Again, at 32 years old, maybe, at this moment, man, try to get your deal, right? If you can get a bigger deal, just get that, because at 32, it's kind of hard.
So are you saying that a lot of guys are iffy on where to sign because of the universal DH thing?
The guy, Mr. Broomstick, Nelson Cruz has come out and said that he's not signing until the
announcement, because
I can go sign. Yeah, let's just say
he doesn't the league or you have the full league.
Have the full league. Yeah. If the full league's open, I just got another 15 offers.
Yes, and maybe a team that has a better chance to win, right?
Exactly, and so I think there's gonna be a lot of that. If I'm Adam Duvall, I'm probably not taking the first contract because he just showed that he hit 20. What did he hit? Like 20 home runs.
What,
in a 60 season game?
16, but 16, over 57.
Over 57, right? And he showed that he can hit, and he showed that he's able to do some things. So to me, if you're Adam Duvall, I'm not signing right away. But, it just goes back to how it doesn't make full sense yet. I don't understand how they would do it yet. Hopefully they kind of figure it out as they go, because this is making a big impact in all these guys' decisions. And it doesn't matter who you are. DJ LeMahieu, why would I sign with the Yankees right away when maybe I can go play in LA or San Diego and have the opportunity later on in my career? Maybe I can take a seat, whatever it might be. So until these rules are kind of done, it's going to be hard to tell some of these guys. But I think you have some on there that I think will make sense, that are easy to kind of go. Mm-hmm. Just Adam Duvall is a decent defender. I think he's mediocre, and he has a bat though.
Yeah, he does. I mean, he could play third and outfield positions, so that would help.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he's very bad though defensively at third.
At third, probably, yes.
Pretty sure. That's why they started putting out. Well, they put in Pache for him, huh? And then Riley went to left.
Yeah. Camargo was playing third. Remember?
And then, they had Markakis too.
Yeah, exactly. And then of course Camargo, I believe, came back on a 1-year deal. to avoid it. That 1 year, whatever. $1 million, 1.2 or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next. I have two names. I'll put them together because these are guys that are lesser known, but just so if you guys know them, there you go. Brian Goodwin, Cincinnati Reds, and Hanser Alberto of the Baltimore Orioles.
Those are guys that should just take a contract that's offered.
Exactly. Brian, just to say, Brian Goodwin, of course, I think he was a former Angel. He hit .262 with the Nationals with 17 home runs during his only full season at MLB level in 2019. So, I mean, that's the guy who, I know 2019 is only a year ago. He had a decent season. And you also have Hanser Alberto, who actually hit .299 with a 735 OPS. Right? Yeah, in 193 games between those last two seasons. And a solid third baseman, could play second or short. That's a guy you can see, definitely someone who needed a utility type of guy. He could fit in those that profile. He's only 28 years old. So, out of those two, what are you guys thinking? Who's better? Who's a better option?
Hansberg to me might be a little bit better of an option. I think Hansberg has more of a better, I think, at bat. Is that what I'm looking for? And he's a little more versatile. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, he plays third, second, and could play a little short. If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he could.
Goodwin's kind of limited to the outfield. I mean, I just feel like there's too many outfield options for a lot of teams that he might work out anywhere.
Maybe a Kike Hernandez replacement.
No.
No?
No, you already have your Kike Hernandez replacement in Chris Taylor and Zach McKinstry.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be surprised if Kike resigns because, remember I was telling you guys, the market is actually not that great.
I think he leaves.
Well, I'm just hearing the market might not be good for him because I think everybody knows what he is.
Yeah.
How much do you want to pay for the utility guy is the question now.
I think somebody's going to pay more than Dodgers. That's what I think.
Possibly, but
that's why I think he's gone.
To me, if you're Kike and you finally tasted success, right? You finally had it. Yeah, you have to pay it. But if I'm only offering you $1 million more, what's your real option?
Oh yeah, $1 million more.
Because I don't think he's gonna get you and I were talking about. I think he might get $10 million.
Yeah.
Everything I've read says he's not getting anywhere near that.
You think so?
That's what I've read. I'm not in the. I haven't got the phone calls yet. I haven't become the new Ken Rosenthal. I need to be the Woj of baseball.
But we'll find out, right? We'll find out. Okay, sorry. So we got those two names. Probably the biggest one. I'll go ahead to the biggest one. Is either Kyle Schwarber of the Cubs or Mr. David Dahl of the Colorado Rockies.
Yeah, no, I think they're both pretty big to me. And I must say Dahl is the bigger one.
The more
Schwarber
surprising?
is the name.
Got it. Okay.
I think you just look at it. Schwarber doesn't offer much defensively. Doesn't offer much of an average. Is walk, homer, strikeout with him.
Okay.
And he had that big run. What made him was that run, right, in the World Series 2018. Was it 2018 or 2017?
2016. You talking about?
Oh my God, it's been that long.
Are you talking? Wait, talking about
Cubs World Series?
Yeah, 2016.
2016. Has he really been that relevant since 2016?
He only had one good year. I think it was a 2019 year. I think he actually was pretty good.
Okay, so he's had 1 year to me.
Okay, here's the thing with Kyle Schwarber. What I was about to say. Yeah, he had a what do you call it? A bad year this year. 2019, he was 250, 30 home runs, 92 RBIs, 82 runs. So that's a nice bat to have right in the middle. But you're right, does not play defense.
Doesn't offer much. And again, he is the DH guy.
Yes, he is.
He should wait and see what the
because
market is because of the DHs are out there. Now, the other guy you said, David Dahl, I think he has all the abilities in the world to be an everyday player. It's just whether or not he can stay healthy. Maybe leaving that altitude helps him. I don't know. That's just to me. I think he can put together a couple 300 seasons, 15 bombs, play decent defense, decent left fielder.
16. His 3 years in the big leagues. The first year he had 315 with 7 bombs, and then hit 16 bombs with 273. Then hit 302 with 15 homers, which he was an all-star last year in 2019. This year again struggled. Of course, injury as well, 283. But then again, a lot of people struggled, so we won't take that too much into account.
No,
I got what you're saying. Like as a defensive guy, he's a lot better than Schwarber. I'm trying to see what his defensive metrics are, like if they're that favorable comparing to Schwarber, which I'm pretty sure they are. Because
don't forget though, playing in Colorado, really, really open field, so that might affect his numbers. But if you told me, Jeremy, you can get one of these guys I'm taking Dahl.
You think Dahl's a better player?
I'll take the risk that he might get injured. I think Schwarber has shown that he can play all 162. Question is, do I want him playing all 162?
Yeah, if Schwarber, if you tell me he's going to be a DH, the DH is for everybody, I'd rather take Schwarber. But if it's just like a position like, hey, who's a better, I guess overall, I think maybe Dahl. But for me, not that much of a difference. I don't know.
Is the defensive metrics that much different?
Yeah, you know, just doesn't sell. David Dahl does not sell me. He's kind of a forgettable name. But I do understand what you're saying, though. I mean, he's a little more serviceable in the outfield. But
you know what the move that kind of did surprise me though today, Matty?
Yeah,
was the Jose Iglesias to the Angels today.
That's right. We do need to mention that.
Yeah, the Angels went out and traded for Jose Iglesias from the Baltimore Orioles for 2 right-handed pitchers, and it got me kind of wondering, like, what are these guys doing? To me, all they did was get Andrelton Simmons at a cheaper rate. Both have great gloves, mediocre bats.
Okay. Cheaper.
That's the thing, he's cheaper. But what are you improving upon?
Nothing.
You're going to run Fletcher out at second, you're going to run Iglesias out at short, and you're going to have Rendon at third. How did you get better? What are you telling your fan? How are you telling your fan base that like we're making the moves right?
Yeah.
They went out and brought in Marcus Semien. Good move. You're showing that you want to win. To me, Marcus Semien is a little more dynamic. He believe he has a Gold Glove now.
Yeah, I think
up the defense. MVP candidate 2019. 2020 to me is kind of a toss-up year on what you are.
Oh, yeah, that's why we try not to take too much.
I don't take too much from 2020. Yeah. Yes, you know, you still got to go out there and perform, but at the same time, no more video, no more early batting practices, no more of those little things that kind of get you back in the groove. And that's why you saw Cody Bellinger, MVP, hit under 230, right?
Yeah.
Christian Yelich, under 230, MVP.
Yep.
I think Mike Trout struggled this year.
Yeah, he had 280.
So Mike Trout
struggled.
He struggled,
normal
right?
Mike Trout circumstances.
Aaron Judge, I believe, struggled. Jose Altuve struggled.
Nolan
Arenado, big guy, struggled. Trevor Story struggled. Look at all the names I'm giving you. How many? Basically, if you got hot, you were good to go for the season.
Yeah, you just got hot.
If you didn't get hot at the right time, your season was a disaster.
Yeah.
It was very difficult to be mediocre this year. And unfortunately, I think Marcus Semien fell into that department. Now, is he going to bounce back and be that 290, 30 home runs, Gold Glove defense? I don't know if that's an every year realistic ability. But 280, probably like a 350 on base, good defense, 90 RBIs because he's a pretty good RBI guy. That's realistic to me.
Oh, fair enough.
That's realistic. And you get him. To me, he's not that. He shouldn't be that costly. He should be an easy 3-year, like $30 million guy. Maybe more, maybe less. I don't know. I don't know the exact projections of numbers, but I'll give the Angels this.
I will help you guys out a little bit.
What do you got?
Because usually I don't give you guys much praise.
Unless you're getting Bauer and you want to save your money for Bauer, then that's fine. But if you're not bringing in Bauer, this move makes 0 sense to me.
Okay. 0 cents? I don't know.
Not 0 cents, but zero desire to win.
You just don't like desire to win. Jose Iglesias is okay. He's okay player. You're right. Is this the guy you want to sign? It's like, this is the guy we're replacing Semien with? I get what you're saying. But I think we all agree that the Angels need pitching, right?
Yeah.
Pitching. So, resources, scouting, whatever you need to trade, you need to sign, you need to draft is based off pitching, right? So whatever you can do to increase that, it's kind of like the same thing when we disagreed about the Schroeder deal. We didn't like it because we don't know the outcome of the rest of the roster, right? The Angels, let's say you get Iglesias, but then you get, let's just say, Trevor Bauer, and you get Liam Hendricks. You improve the pitching. Now that's different because what you did is you were just make a little smarter move where Iglesias is maybe a poor man's Andrelton Simmons, but it's not. He's not as the only guy you're relying upon because you do have the best player in baseball that we would talk about. You have a really nice third baseman. You have David Fletcher who's come up. He's a nice player, makes contact, does not strike out. You're hoping that Joe Adell turns into something. You're hoping that the catcher, forgot his name again, I'm sorry, he turns into something.
That's why they should go ahead and get
I know.
For sure something that we know the name.
Like I said, I think the pitching needs to improve. I think it's okay. the problem with Jose Iglesias, like you said, it's a guy who had a really great 60-game stretch.
Yeah.
Right? Season. Because he had
300, right?
373.
373 over the 60-game stretch.
And you're hoping that that's not it's just a one-time thing. Because, looking at Jose Iglesias, he's a career 270 hitter.
He's actually not a bad hitter. He's just no pop.
No pop at all. No pop
and
at all.
I don't think he walks, right? So Andrelton Simmons 2.0.
No, he just exactly. And defense is, let's say,
it's just as good to me.
Maybe better because remember we talked about Andrelton he was actually
a little bad last year.
Negative, right? So it's a decent signing if it's cheap, right? It's you traded him, you're not giving him much, but yes, if the pitching comes comes to be, that's a different story.
No, I think you're right,
but not in love with it either. I think it's just whatever.
It's just a move to make them.
It seemed like a cheaper, like a discount.
I just don't like teams that are supposed to be playoff teams make moves just to make a move.
You think this was just to make a move?
This is like backup plan to me. Like, let's get this done.
Well, typically they didn't have a shortstop, right? So they filled a need.
They filled the need. Yeah,
not the need that people wanted. But if, let's just say, they signed, like you said, Marcus Semien, you don't think the same narrative will go to the Angels? Oh, same old Angels trying to put money on a guy who is Zach Kozart, who had an all-star season, try to do that.
Do you think, though, that Semien has more of a history than Kozart? Because I think Zach Kozart was a bad deal, but he did come off with like a batting title last season that maybe something.
Marcus Semien, for me, is a decent player. I don't think he's as good as everyone says he is. I personally don't believe that. He just until this last 2 years, his defense has improved. But here's the problem: he's going to be 30, and usually
at 30, it's a little tougher. Yeah,
your defense does decrease. So he's only kind of gathered this. Oh, he's actually a pretty good fielder, but later in his career, which most likely will go down. Hitting wise, he's kind of been on and off. He's never been above 254. His career average is a 250 hitter. That 1 year where he had 285, he has not hit above 260. Okay, above 261, but he had 280. He had 285. He has never had more than 75 RBIs, other than that 92 RBI season. And like I said, his defense. But that's why for me, maybe the name might be better, but Iglesias might be.
Who's the other guy I said that they should get? Semien and
Didi.
Didi's the guy.
Didi.
I said Semien because the name keeps popping up, but Didi is the one that they need to sign.
Didi if you sign Didi, I'd like it better because I think it does add a little bit of a pop from the left side that they don't have, other than Ohtani, right? They don't. It's right-handed heavy.
They are very right-handed heavy.
Do you think that move puts them in playoff contention?
Didi? If it was Didi?
Or is there a different move that would propel them?
To me, in the West, that helps.
No, that helps. You're right. But, dude, I just think pitching is their dire need.
I'm not going to say pitching is not what they need, but at the same time, you need more offensively because I think they've struggled offensively as well, too. Chris, you're there.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Their offense struggles at times, correct? They lean heavy on Trout.
And the funny thing is, you would think a guy Trout, and then what's his face? Rendon, and then Pujols.
I don't count Pujols.
even though a lot of people are still really high on him.
No, I don't count him as an
which is hilarious.
Trust me, I was high on Jay Gibbons when he signed for the Dodgers in 2011.
The funny thing about that team is, on paper, every year they look better than they are.
Yep.
And that's the common talk, that they'll get the big guy. They'll go out and get a guy like Pujols and Josh Hamilton, and. Do they make the playoffs? They made the playoffs in 2015? That was last year. No, and they got swept by
They wasted Trout. I agree. My thing is just though, if you're gonna build a team, you need to freaking build your full team. You can go all in on pitching, but do you think all in on pitching is gonna propel them to the playoffs?
I would at least do that way instead of what they've been doing.
I think it's a better shot.
No, I think you're right. Like you need better pitching. I get what
you're saying. I don't think they're gonna be all of a sudden their World Series favorites.
No, but to me, I think if they get Didi, it's a better option.
Yeah, I just think I get what you're saying. I agree. Didi's a better option, but I think you scratch Didi, you scratch Semien, whatever you do, all eyes got to be focused on.
To me, you can bring in Bauer and Didi. I think their price ranges should match, or should be in the range where they can.
Yeah, but you don't need Didi anymore right now.
Well, I mean, it'd be a nice compliment.
Yeah, but I'd rather.
But now you have Iglesias, so it's irrelevant.
Exactly. I'd rather if you didn't have Iglesias, I get what you're saying.
If you didn't have Iglesias, then I'd say that should be your focus right there. That's your core package. You need to bring that.
Now, your
package
money for me, money's got to be on pitching. Let's say it one more time, pitching. No, and just for the people in the back, pitching.
No, I agree. And so this kind of brings me up to an idea that we heard recently. I believe it was on Baseball Tonight or just ESPN.
Yeah, it was one of those.
It was on ESPN by a Mets guy, which I think says it all. Chris.
Nutshell, winning the World Series isn't really a reasonable goal for a baseball team. It's a nice thing to have happen, and it's ultimately the top of the mountain. But a general manager and the head of the baseball operations department is more interested in putting a good process in place. The organizations that I mentioned in that tweet are the model organizations in the game.
Is there people watching? Yeah. I wonder if they can even hear us.
So you heard it right there, right,
Yeah.
Manny? It's a process.
That was wonderful.
And I just look at it and I gotta really wonder, like, is that really what you're aiming for? You and I have talked about the Dodgers. The reason that they're so successful is that
Yes.
they have it. But it's not just build it and that's the goal, right?
Okay.
It's build it so that you can do this. You're aiming for the title the whole time.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Okay. First, I'm gonna be a nice guy before I go ape shit on this motherfucker. I think the way he said it is incorrect. I think his sentiment was different. I think he does agree the World Series. I hope that the World Series is bigger than what he said it was. Right. The way he formatted his whatever things was coming out of his mouth. I don't know. Those weren't words to me. Those are just garbage. But the way that it came out was, if you're the Baltimore Orioles right now, is winning the World Series an actual
A realistic thing?
realistic thing?
No.
Let's be honest. Yes or no?
No.
No, right? So I think what he's trying to say is winning a World Series can't be like your goal for some teams like that, because if you do that, you're not going to be able to grow in the process, right? What he's trying that his argument is like that process of right is the thing you need to do. Yeah. The way he said it was awful. Oh yeah, it would be nice. It sounded like the piece of trophy comment by the commissioner, pretty much. I think the way he wanted to say it was that if you're a certain team going for the World Series or saying, "Oh, we can win," that's not an actual expectation. You can't. No way. Sorry. Everyone's going to go into camp, spring training, saying, "Yes, the goal is to win a World Series," which it is. But is it actually an expectation for some of these teams? Absolutely not. No one's going to ever say that. No one's ever going to say that.
You shouldn't say that, though.
Your
goal should be to win as many games as possible. In the front office, you can say, fingers crossed we lose. But as a player, you need to say, we need to win.
We need to win. Unfortunately, you do need to lose, or not lose, but you need to, for you to get better, you just get, you suck. You suck first,
Give
you
or
get better.
take, we look at the Dodgers. Dodgers didn't completely suck. They were a middle of the road team. 500 team, give or take.
Were you talking before this whole eight season thing?
Yeah, before the 8 seasons.
Sure.
Middle of the road,
I'll give you
about
that.
500. Maybe a little less, but they weren't Marlins. They weren't Orioles.
No, you're right. We didn't lose 50
And that's
games.
Ned Coletti kind of saying, let's just get a decent team, be in a hunt,
And try
while we're building the farm.
Yeah, because of
Because
3
you're
years.
still trying to win. They're making moves to win.
2011, 2012. 3 years they didn't make it.
Okay,
Right?
those 3 years, they're trying to get there. They're still trying to get there, but
Yes.
the main idea is let's scout.
You're right.
We don't
you're
need
right.
to suck to get. I don't need that number one pick because if I have a good scouting department, yeah, you're gonna get that guy. But I'm gonna get this group of guys in this area at a cheaper cost.
Gotcha, yeah. Yeah, that's a great point, because out of those 3 years, 1 year they sucked, in my opinion. That's a bad team. 71 and 91 is unacceptable. Then the next 2 years,
It's only 10 games away from 500 though.
no, but still pretty bad.
I mean, that's better than 50. And
No, you're right.
60.
It is better, but just because we're so used to it. But what I'm going to give you is the next two ones: 500, right? 82 and 80, or something like 81, 81, whatever it is. Next season, 86 and 76, improvement. And of course, next year they win and they string off this whole kind of thing. But great point. They fielded a team that tried to compete. 2012 we almost made it. We had not a lot of guys. We had Luis Cruz was our starting third baseman.
Is that the Casey Blake teams?
Casey Blake was done in 2010.
Is that when we traded for Jim Tomey to come off the bench?
That was
And use him
2009.
like twice?
Jim told me it was 2009 when we took it to kind of the thing. 2010, 2011 is those Aaron Miles years with Jamie Carroll. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember those? Elian Herrera. Mark Ellis was almost done. Mark Ellis signed in 2012.
Okay.
Yeah. But all those
That's still the Dre and Kemp years.
yeah, when they were kind of playing. Well, 2011, he was a beast, but we didn't really do anything. But anyway, sorry, we went off on a little tangent there. But
And Matt Kemp got robbed of MVP.
exactly,
Yeah,
from a cheater.
MVP. Yeah.
Cheaters, man, cheater, cheat LA. It's the truth. what that guy said, unfortunately,
I think you're kind of right that he kind of said it wrong.
But he's wrong regardless.
No, but he's wrong regardless. You don't look to build a system.
No.
That's not what you want to say.
No, that's the way you do it. You don't say that's our goal is to build.
Your goal is never to build this. Your goal,
hell no,
is to the way to do it is your goal is to win the piece of metal. How do you get there is what he should have said. And if he said that, like, your goal is here. Everybody's goal is a championship.
Yeah, everybody's goal is a championship. But
the steps that people are really paying attention to is building this process.
And I don't like the way he said is like, oh, it was nice to win. I'm like, it's nice to win it?
It's like, if you win it, it's nice.
What the hell?
Yeah, no, he didn't say it right, and I think he gave a little bit of a, like a little on the trophy. Gonna spit on it.
Yeah, well, the common theme this past couple years, man.
Yeah, devalued the trophy.
Yeah. Don't spit. You know how much germs that spreads? Shit.
Didn't he look kind of drunk when he was up at the when they were presenting the trophy?
Yeah, no, he looked pretty jacked up.
What was the issue there? Was he drunk or was it the thing?
Are we talking about Rob Manfred?
Yeah.
He was just scared, man. He didn't want to be there. He's I literally just told this Dodger fan base and teams that the 2017 one, yeah, they cheated, but it wasn't that bad. You just won a piece of metal, and now I got to give this piece of metal to them.
Yeah.
Take the trophy.
I really wish there was fans to really give to him.
They still kind of gave it to him too.
Dude, he seems so lit right there. He was fumbling his words left and right.
Now, you know, what do you think he said? He's like, this is not going to go well, so fuck it. Let me just drink as much as I can before I go out there.
4 shots of Jack really quick.
Screw it.
YOLO. I think we kind of got spot on there. I think we all kind of agree.
Well,
the idea is kind of right, but it's a little bad.
I think the way he said it's just not good.
Yeah, not good. Chris, you didn't really chime in there. Do you have any opinions on the matter?
Not necessarily. No, I the whole Angels organization, I feel like, is just built poorly, and their management is the real issue. Their ownership is the real issue.
Artie Moreno?
Yeah, I hear it constantly in our office over there that Artie Moreno is holding the team back, pumping the money elsewhere, building the city as opposed to building the team, the organization.
Because I feel like perception outside of the stadium is that he does funnel money into the team because he does all these big moves, right? He's a big move guy who's trying to get into it. So I'm really surprised that you said that he's not funneling the money in the right areas.
There's a lot of mixed emotions around that team. Definitely.
So you're around him. How do the players kind of feel about him? Do you have any insight on that?
Well, I'm not really around the players.
Well, I know you're not around the players, but if you're around the broadcast, those broadcasts have to be around the players, and maybe you get the little baby scoop.
I can tell you that the environment, there's a sense of dread around the team. And speaking of which, we have a phone call.
Oh, nice. All right. Go ahead. Give it to me.
We have a guy named Gabriel Amaya on the phone.
Okay. I believe you have to press 1.
Oh, press 1. Okay, here we go.
Let's see. Is he on with us?
Hello, Gabe. Are you with us? Can you hear me?
Kind of hear him.
I can hear everyone.
Oh, hey, thanks for calling in, Gabe. What is your question today, man? Thanks again for calling 909-378-6042.
There you go. Is he there?
Hold on.
Did we lose him?
Hello, Gabe. Can you I can't really hear him.
Yeah, I can hear him.
Go ahead, try one more time, Gabe.
I'm hearing something about John Wall and Russell Westbrook, correct? Man, did we lose him there?
No, he's here. I just can't hear him.
Gabe, are you under a tunnel? Do you need help? Do we need to come get you? Go ahead one more time, buddy. Can you hear him?
Is he going?
Okay, I can kind of hear you now.
What do you say?
Go ahead.
Okay, I heard him. He was calling about the John Wall trade.
Yes.
All right, so are you trying to get our opinion on it, or did you have like a specific question with that? Okay, I believe. Did you hear him?
Yeah, he said the trade makes him better.
Yeah.
You want to go first? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll go ahead. So to me, I kind of stated a little bit. I actually think the Rockets got better, in the sense that you have a better playmaker than what Russell was.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you kind of have a smarter player because I think Russ is too out there.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Like too much energy going into places that is not necessarily needed. Has to have the ball for 24 seconds and then tries to get rid of it. Takes really bad shots. So to me, I think they got better, and I feel bad for Bradley Beal because he's going to go through another losing season. Maddie?
I'll just continue what you say because I agree with you. And I think this gives the option and a new avenue for Bradley Beal to walk out of Washington and go somewhere else.
He keeps saying he's not going to leave.
That's what he says
if
now.
I'm him, I want to leave. Did we kind of answer your question, Gabe?
Oh, no, definitely not. I don't think so. He said that if it's going to be enough to take down the Lakers or the Clippers. Maybe the Clippers, Gabe, because the Clippers, they're dysfunctional. We've heard before that apparently they'll be mad if someone doesn't make it on time for the next team bus. But the Lakers, definitely not. I don't think so, dude. John Wall coming off, like I said, an Achilles injury. It'll be interesting to see how effective he is, but they'll still be tough. They'll be a good team to battle, but I don't think they have enough.
No, I think you're kind of spot on. I think it's tough to say because if they keep Harden and this dynamic works, it might go somewhere. I believe they got Christian Wood, who's supposed to be a nice pickup. Mm-hmm. They still have PJ Tucker, James Harden. You have John Wall. It's enough to me to make a baby run.
Sure.
Now, I'm not saying they're going to watch out for them in the playoffs, but they'll be in the playoffs to me. The 7, 8 seed, maybe 6. I just don't want it to be where James Harden has to score 40 every night because in order to make the playoffs. Because if that happens, they're going nowhere. That dude's going to be just exhausted. 70 games or not, he's going to be exhausted.
I'm with you.
Anything else, Gabe? Thanks, Gabe. We appreciate that. We appreciate that, man. Stay tuned. The episode should be out pretty soon.
Take care, buddy. Hopefully, we'll talk to you soon. All right, cool.
All right, so he's gone.
All right, bye. Yeah,
thank you
first
very
little
much. Caller right there.
Thanks, Matt. Yeah, no worries. Hey, man, have a great day. Whatever.
He just hung up on us. He hates us.
If you guys ever call, make sure you say hi and bye.
Hi and bye. That's pretty.
Least you can do.
Yeah. But he kind of made me kind of rethink the idea of the Rockets. I think they might be able to make a little push.
I think so too. I think they'll still make the playoffs.
At first, I was just like, it's garbage for garbage. But if you had to take a player, are you taking Russ or John Wall?
John Wall,
right? John Wall just John Wall. Yeah, first he does the Dougie, right? He does the whole little thing, and then second, he kind of has the it factor to me.
Well,
he has more of an it factor than Russ.
Yet to be seen. I won't give you that, but
I think he has more of an it factor.
All right, let's move on to back to baseball because we do have a couple of news, a little bit of news for our team, the Los Angeles Dodgers. They are bringing back Mr. Scotty Alexander, $1 million for a 1 year deal. $1 million. That's what I try to say. And the kind of decent, surprising move. I was not expecting this. There was nothing on the radar saying this guy might get traded, but Corey Knebel of the Brewers, of course, he had a masterful 2017. I think he was unhittable 2018. He was still good. Missed all 2019 with a Tommy John, but came back this last year. Was not affected, but again, we give a lot of these guys, the benefit.
I think we do a pretty good job of restoring these guys' careers.
It sounds like a Blake Trinan type thing, right?
Blake Trinan, Brandon Morrow type of thing. Corey Knebel, again, traded for a player to be named later and cash considerations. Of course, like we talked about today, was the tender deadline. He was expected to get either non-tendered, I believe, but if he did get tendered, he was about to somewhere around like $5 million. So, hey, man, $5 million for 1 year for a guy who has some it factor. Has closed games before.
We paid 10 for Blake.
Huh?
I said we just paid 10 for Blake.
Exactly. You play 5 for a guy who has had a really nice season like Blake. Maybe not as consistent, but definitely a useful guy. Hopefully he can come back and contribute. You guys like both deals, I guess, I would say.
So Scott Alexander, I like him. I think he's a good ground ball specialist. This year was kind of weird for him, back and forth, going between the camps.
Yeah, and
I think that's
really
hard for him.
He was really good in the first half, but he kind of tailed off, and I understand why they didn't put him on there. For me, a guy who definitely you need in the long season, he's a nice guy to have who come in for like whatever 20, 30 innings that he's going to pitch a year, gives you a little bit of break in the bullpen. Like you said, lefty, and also a ground ball guy. So just a guy to give some depth into the bullpen. I don't think he's
not
the guy.
Mistaken. He's not the guy. Like when he first showed up, he was pretty good. But
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken, he can handle both righties and lefties.
He's not a one trick pony.
No, I think he can go both. He'll get ground balls both ways.
He's
Dodger
a one trick
Stadium.
pony when it comes to the ground balls.
Yeah,
But,
no, that he is. He's not a strikeout guy, but Dodger Stadium, big stadium, works out well. I like the move.
It's only $1 million too, so it's.
And it's $1 million. And if this guy goes back to kind of how he was when he first showed up, do you kind of remember? Like, kind of pretty. He was pretty lights out to me.
He was good for a little bit. The problem with him is, I think he's got like the mental. He's got to have a little more mental fortitude for me because sometimes he loses the strike zone and it's gone, dude.
Well, it's tough when you throw a sinker and you're not finding it. If you're missing low,
yeah,
you start throwing it too high,
I agree.
and your ground ball disappears, right? So I think that's kind of the issue with him.
The only problem with that, I'm on with you. That is, you're right. That is
but
the reason.
you're a major league
You're a
pitcher.
major league baseball player. You're getting paid millions of bucks. Make your damn pitches.
Well, he's only getting paid $1 million.
It's more $1 million more than many other of us.
Yes, I
many
agree.
other people. But again, yeah, for a year, not a big deal. Corey Knebel, I like it. You like the move?
Yeah, I like it. As a guy that can fill in and can save some games for you.
You could, yeah.
You know,
See,
All-Star back in 2017. Pitched 76 games. And out of those 76, he saved about 39 of them.
that's pretty good.
Well, he kind of got dethroned by a hater.
Well, yeah, like again,
Hater's
Hater is
freaking popping
the,
out.
Hey, bud, what if you get? What if we beat? What
No,
if we?
I think
I know.
it's over. What if you get both guys?
You trade for because they were talking about maybe trading Hater, but hey, let's just take Milwaukee's bullpen. You know why?
We could be like
you know that their next closer is the Devin Williams guy. That guy.
that guy's lights out.
That guy's nasty.
No, yeah, he's really good. He's probably gonna be a 1-2 combo with Hater until Hater becomes a free agent, more than likely. I think Hater only has like a year left though.
I don't know. That's why I don't know. I think you could trade him.
You
for
might
some
be able to
nice,
trade something.
Nice
Oh my
stuff, man.
gosh! I just heard a big rumor today where this guy has no value, and he's actually a big baseball guy. Oh my gosh, it's bothering me. Should have wrote it down.
Player.
Yeah, he's a player.
American League,
I
National
think it's
League.
American League.
Hitter-
if I get back to it,
Hitter, pitcher.
pitcher, I think
Okay.
I'll get back to it. But regardless,
Shane Bieber.
I wish. The Corey Knebel deal makes sense to me. Why not get rid of a couple bucks in order to not have to deal with everybody trying to get the guy? And I think that's exactly what happened. I saw some reports saying that he was going to get the non-tender, so he's going to become a free agent regardless. Here's a couple bucks, maybe some young buck. I'll make my own deal now.
Yeah.
So in that aspect, good. Dodgers are really good at reclamation projects. Great part there. Brandon Morrow, like you said, comes to mind. I don't know, man. I feel like Milwaukee kind of used them all up.
Yeah.
It's a cheap deal where it's fine. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't work out, it's fine. But I just feel like
Gotcha.
I don't know how big of an impact.
Yeah, it's fair. That's fair.
If he goes back to that 2018, you got a friggin' 1-2 combo to finish off the games.
Yeah.
With this move, are you out of the Liam Hendricks conversations?
No, I don't think so at all. I think you're still in it.
Still in it?
Yeah.
100%?
100%.
That wasn't the guy you were thinking about earlier? Liam
No.
Hendricks?
The guy that I was thinking about finally came to mind.
I saw that. Well, hopefully this
Did you
records.
just see my face?
I saw you go like that.
So, today there
Can
was
we
a...
guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's do it.
Go ahead. You want to guess?
No, give us-
National League player, position player.
Okay.
Do you want more than that?
Yeah.
Plays in the NL Central.
Okay.
I can't.
Cardinals.
No.
Colton Wong?
Colin Wong is a rumor to be non-tendered, but I think he got tendered today. Or no.
No, he's a free agent.
No, he's a free agent. Never mind.
Blue Jays are trying to sign him.
Yeah.
Is it Marcel Ozuna?
No, there's rumors of him going to the Giants. So Marcell Ozuna, big free agent, is another guy that has to wait to figure out this DH thing because he played 57 games as a DH last year. So they're waiting to find out with him.
Is this guy you're talking about a catcher?
No, he is not a catcher.
We've
talked about him here on this show before, and
He's
I
a
kind
third
of
baseman.
Yeah, I said that this is the move that I think was going to happen.
Yeah, he's a third baseman.
Yeah, you figured it out.
It's Chris Bryant.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Chris Bryant was rumored to possibly be a non-tender person today.
Yeah.
Due to the amount of money that he was going to make.
Yeah.
I think he was like over $10 million.
He's gonna be like 18 or 19, I think.
Some crazy amount of money. So they were talking about him possibly being a non-tender and try to trade him if you can. If you can't, you might have to just cut bait.
Yeah.
Because too much money for a guy that's not providing the stats that he needs to.
Yes.
And I was reading the reports. There's absolutely zero value in his trade. Because one, he's going to be a free agent. Two, he's going to have a high arbitration number.
Yeah.
So I think my idea might actually come to fruition here.
Dodgers?
Yeah.
I think so too.
The Nationals are the main guys that I was reading about.
Yes.
That are kicking the tires, that they have Scott Boras clients. Obviously, Scott Boras is freaking everywhere, but
Yeah.
there's conversations. But I really think this is a possibility now.
I think so too. I'm on board with you.
And I like the idea because left field is a little open right now since Mr. Peterson, World Series champion, Jocktober, is probably leaving to go get a big contract.
Yeah. Yeah, especially he got tendered 18 million, 18, 19, whatever it may be.
It's going to be arbitration, so it still could decline a decent amount.
Yeah, I know. No, I think it's going to be. They were talking about it. It's probably in that range. That's what he's going to get. But even with that, 1 year, 18 million, whatever you trade, that's nothing. That's nothing.
So this package gets a lot better, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's just, unfortunately, you got Dodgers, and you're going to probably have to fork up a bit.
Yeah, they'll
just
be like,
because your name.
Yeah, who are you going to give me? But I like that one. I know we talked about it, but that's interesting. That's an interesting one.
I just thought I was like, I got to make sure I say this today.
Yeah.
Save that article.
I still take Arenado over him, but
you're not going to get me to say Arenado's not the best third baseman
maybe
probably
the right
in the league.
move might be the Bryant
I think
one.
he is I think he's a better move. Just in the sense where you're not locked up.
No, not the better one. I don't know the better one. I think the smarter one.
Okay, there it is. The smarter move because you're not locked up in that $30 freaking million contract with over 10 years, whatever it is, right? Because the Dodgers said we're only trading for you if you lock in.
Yeah.
Because it'll be a discount.
Of course.
At $30 million. But still, $30 million, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You do that, you lose your two guys.
Yeah.
That I would freaking die for.
Yeah.
Okay, not die for, but I love them.
Yeah.
You do...
Like you would give Santa sack for him.
Yes,
of toys,
exactly.
Of toys,
yes.
of toys.
Santa sack will be given to keep these guys. There you go. And I look at Chris Bryant as an option. Play third, play left, play first. Gives me some versatility. DH guy possibly if that's an option. Not saying that he needs to be the DH. Just he can move around. $18 million. The Dodgers poop that money.
Yeah, they do.
I don't want to sound bad, but it's nothing to the Dodgers.
Magic Johnson poops that money.
Especially for 1 year.
And if it's a 1 year, if it doesn't work, who's gonna say, "Hey, you didn't try to make a move to repeat"? If they made this move, you'd be like, "Hey, these guys are all in and repeating, right?"
Yeah, because Chris Bryant is. You don't think he's gonna? Yeah, he's been. Unfortunately for him, I like the guy, but he's been kind of declining. Mm-hmm. But I don't think he'll have as best season as this year, right? No. He's a nice, solid year. You're like, so wait, we got Mookie. We pitched Mookie. Okay, we picked Corey Seager. Okay, we got Cody Bellinger. Oh wait, now you have Chris Bryant. And
Who do you?
Right?
And then after him, you're like, God damn it, it's Maximus Muncy right behind him.
Max
after him,
yeah, Will Smith.
Son of a Will Smith. Oh, Gavin Lux. Okay, I'll throw that guy.
Yeah, or Chris Taylor.
Well, Chris Taylor. That'd be the thing. But look how freaking low. You're going all the way to your 8th hitter if you get him.
Yeah.
And if he puts up 270, 250, 25 home runs, nice solid 340 on base, I can live with it. And give me some quality defense, you were worth every penny.
Yeah.
That's why I think the Arenado trade is not going to happen.
Yeah.
Because why would they trade their main guy to the team in their division to make them better?
Yeah.
Why would they do that? That's shooting yourself in the foot. Sure, you get a pick in return, but you're going to suck.
Well, no, you're going to get the number one pick. And then you're going to get the next year afterwards, the number one pick again. So you're going to get two studs.
It's going to take some time.
Yeah. Remember, you're trying to build a process. It's not about winning.
I get you.
It's not about winning that piece of metal. It's about building a process.
I get you, but at the same time, like,
trust in the process.
Why would you trade a guy of that magnitude to the team that's kicking your ass every year?
Because he's about to be 30. That defense is going to decline. That bat's already declining. Get rid of the money.
Do you not think there's any other deals out there for Colorado?
Oh, you weren't here. We had this discussion.
The problem with Arenado is that if he stays in Colorado, he's opting out next year.
Yeah, he's going to opt out. But at the same point, maybe you were here. I don't remember. What package is better than Dodger minor league players?
Oh, yeah, that's what we were talking about. He wasn't here.
I can offer you, if I'm St. Louis, I'll offer you 10 prospects. But they're not as good as the 3 you have over there. Mm-hmm. And that's what makes a smart GM.
That makes sense.
It's not always about the quantity. It's about the quality that you're getting.
And also the pride. You can't be so prideful. Like, if the Giants called and then, whatever it is, like, let's just say the Giants had an ace pitcher, and we said, hey, we'll give you three prospects, top prospects, and whatever. Let's just say New York, who doesn't have a good farm system, says, we'll give it to you. We're not going to give it to you just because you're the Dodgers. The smart move would be to get the best players.
Because eventually that guy's gonna wear out, and I'm gonna have those top dogs. Then I'm gonna sell them back to you for 3 times the price.
Yeah. The problem is the fans and everything. Like, you cannot make a trade with your rivals, right? Like you said, they're kicking our ass. Why do we want to trade someone to make them better and kick our ass even more?
The thing you have to really think about, and I think the diehard fans and the smart baseball people, because baseball has some pretty smart fans, baseball has some really dumb fans.
Well, like anybody, any fan base.
Exactly, but if those smart fans understand, that's a move for my future. That's the move that's going to better the future. I can keep these guys and we can still keep losing. Or I can get rid of them, get some better guys.
Let's start building up.
I have 2 guys in Story and Arenado. I'm going to get 4 guys when I leave them. That sounds a lot better.
Yeah.
And 2 guys that I only have to worry about pitching to.
Yeah.
Maybe you got 3 hitters and a pitcher. Although the
problem with that one is so hard because those guys are so talented that you think you can compete, right? Story and stuff. But if I was them, I'm almost, in my mind, if I can't trade Arenado, I know he's opting out. Story's going to go into free agency.
He's going.
So why not trade both of them for max stuff, as much as you can get, right? Because if you trade,
if I were them, and I'm talking to Dodgers, Gavin Lux for nothing, because that's the guy, right?
Yeah.
Gavin Lux, you throw me DJ Peters
or Caber Ruiz
and Caber. You throw me those 3 guys are no deal. Those 3 guys will make a difference.
Yeah. Well, because now you have a future maybe starting catcher, a future maybe starting second baseman,
shortstop,
and either a serviceable or starting outfielder.
Exactly.
That's 3 MLB ready.
And don't forget, they still have Brendan Rodgers over there, who's a top guy.
Yeah.
You start mixing it up, you have a team.
Yeah.
And why is it that we can come up with these ideas? Well, the guys that actually get paid millions of dollars don't look at it this way.
That's
I'm sure there's a whole million other things.
Yeah, we don't know either. Maybe they have done that, and maybe we're the ones who've been like, no thanks.
Maybe they've exhausted all their options.
Maybe
it's possible.
I mean, I don't think so, but who knows? Maybe, or they've gone to, let's just say, another team with some good studs or prospects. Say, hey, we'll give you Arenado this for all. And they're like, no. Because guess what? We already started our process of rebuilding. We don't need to take your guys,
we don't need to take your guy.
Who knows? Maybe Colorado's like, fuck, dude, we're stuck right now.
We're stuck with these dudes.
We're stuck. Like, who's going to take him, right?
If it gets word spreads like freaking wildfire in those departments. If it spreads that nobody wants to take them on or is willing to offer it, they are going to get the worst package.
Oh, no, they're
ever.
done.
They're going to get a Mookie Betts package. I think that's what happened in that deal.
And unfortunately, you might have to take that in the end because if you know for a fact they're not coming back, you got to get something. Doesn't even matter if
it doesn't matter what it is. If it's 5 mid-tier guys, screw it. You have to do it.
If you know for a fact, like the outside world, you're going to have to just live with it that your fans are going to be like, how the fuck
unless
did
you're
you
Boston,
not do that?
then you say, no, I don't like it. I don't like it. We need more.
But fans we don't know. We can speculate, but we don't know the inside thing, right? Who knows? We might have done as much as we could to get someone, and they just didn't sign with us, right? Mm-hmm. That's why sometimes that upsets me with, like, sometimes the Dodgers, like, how is Friedman not signing these guys? Like, how do you even know? We don't know. You don't know the inside. You're like, hey, man, we're going to sign it. They're like, they look at it, and they go, you know what? I'd rather just go with this team. That's not our fault.
You know what I think the Dodgers are good at? They just check in.
Yeah.
They do their, what do you call it?
Their due diligence.
Their due diligence. Hey, kind of interested? What are you talking about? Like, what's the money? It comes out and we, hey, we hope you get it. Fortunately, we can't do it right now.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happens every single time.
Yeah.
At this rate, who do you think is more likely, Bryant or Arenado?
I think Bryant. Yeah, I agree.
Arenado's too big of a package.
Yeah.
Way too big of a package. Bryant,
I think Arenado is on the wish list, as in something that they would really like to have and stuff like that. But Bryant is one that I think fills a need, and it's not as, you don't have to go to dire straits to get him. It's just, you can get him.
Well, forgive me, they can't make trades right now, right?
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Everybody's open.
Okay, so what do you think the timeline is on this? What's the holdup?
Like if something happens?
DH, the DH whole thing?
I think the DH is the biggest one, right?
Is there any talk on when that's going to be confirmed? Are they still in deliberation?
Meetings, maybe?
Yeah, maybe winter meetings if they do that virtual. Because the thing is, even with Brian, who is a capable defender, we're not saying
he can play defense fine, but
the problem is now with the DH opening on all leagues, like we just said, you open up the options for 30 teams instead of only 15, right?
Not only that, you got to remember, you just help push somebody to the DH spot, right?
Yeah.
If I'm, let's just say, I wanted to use San Diego, but they're kind of taken up there. If I am the Angels, I just let Anthony Rendon take 20 days off. Mike Trout just got 20 days off. Doing things like that allows... Oh, that doesn't work because they already had the DH, but... You guys get what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
By knowing the DH opens up now, I can go ahead and get you. Even though my third base field is filled, split time.
Yeah, that helps.
And it makes it so much easier, and it's a selling point.
Yeah, it helps like a player that would be. You could just use ours, Justin Turner, right?
Yeah.
That's a guy who's probably wants to play third, but knows that if he has DH, he has more possibilities of playing every day.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that's why, do I sign with the Blue Jays right now, what they're offering me? But you can also be hearing, hey man, we're willing to offer you something close, we're just waiting for the DH. Then you're like, where do I want to leave? Let's just say the Dodgers are the ones who said, hey man, can you wait till DH? If the DH opens,
if it opens up, we got a spot.
We got a spot for you because we want you to play. We want you to play third too, but you know we're going to be straight up with each other. You know that you need to take a little more days off. You're 36 years old. We believe in you, but the problem is that we sign you, then we're going to need only to play third. We need someone else back up just in case because we need to give you days off.
Yeah.
Now the DH opens up, different story. We could probably offer you a little extra to stay, but you know with DH whatever it is. So that's the problem right now that we're waiting for a lot of these guys, like you said, Nelson Cruz, Justin Turner.
Those two are going to be the main impacts, right? Because they went from 15 teams to possibly 30.
30. Those, the older guys who hit pretty well are the ones you're looking at right now, basically. Or the guys who are young but only can't play defense.
Exactly.
Schwarber,
maybe Rosario. I think Rosario would be fine.
A little better. I just added him.
No, I understand, but I think you're hitting it on the on the freaking nail right now.
Yeah. Ding, 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 ding.
There you go. I think we're wrapping up.
Yeah, I think that's it, man. I think that was a good. We just talked right there. We didn't even look at our document today. We literally just talked. Anything else to say? Did you discover anything today, fellas?
Oh yeah, what did you discover today, Chris?
That the coronavirus is almost over. Did you guys see that? The UK, they got emergency approval for the Pfizer vaccine.
We got it here in California too.
Nice. You?
What did you discover? What did you discover?
I'll tell you that you guys fucking suck at Christmas songs. I'll go ahead and say that.
I feel like you've been holding that in for a while.
Yeah. I was like,
you've been holding that since the first minute, bro.
Let me say this. Damn, what did I discover today? And I also discovered that you cannot trade technically garbage for garbage because thenceforth you are only receiving garbage.
So you have to get a first round.
You gotta get something.
If you trade a bag of chips for a bag of chips, you get a bag of chips.
Maybe you get flaming hot Cheetos for a regular bag of hot Cheetos.
That's the different story, though. They're chips and chips. You're right. They're the same thing. But if you say I got hot Cheetos or Takis, that's a different story. Now you know what kind of deal you're making.
For a bag of Takis, I'm trading 2 Lays and a future bag of Lays too.
Those blue Takis.
You guys are Takis fans?
You're disgusting.
No, I don't like Takis.
You're disgusting.
Takis are once in a while. See,
they're never.
I don't eat it daily, but like I don't eat it daily, but no, like it's not my go-to. But like when I see it and I get that little feeling, I'm like, money.
Chips for me now are on that. Ooh, I kind of have to like. Ooh, this sounds good to have chips. It's not like when you're a teen, it's like chips every day. Let's be honest.
So you lucky bastards.
Why?
I didn't have chips every day.
No. No, you wanted chips every day. You're gonna tell me you want chips every day right now? It's not the same.
You know what it happens now?
It's not the same.
You eat the chips, the stuff is always on your fingers. I can't ever freaking get off my fingers.
Yeah.
So I kind of despise chips for that sense. Because I won't eat the plain ones.
I have a cool, funny story before we wrap this up. Really good friend of mine, I'm not going to say his name, don't worry, because his story, depending on how you see it, could be
the name for the innocents.
Very funny, or kind of like, really? He opens up a big bag of chips.
Did he hit you in the face with a backpack?
No. He opens up a big bag of chips, and nice. Does not want to dirty, like Jeremy does not want to put his hands on it. Get some chips leave the stains, right? Some chips leave
hot
the
Cheetos
oily,
and Doritos.
Lay's potato chips, the regular ones, oily, right?
Yeah.
So this guy, very smart, opens the big bag of chips, gets those mini tongs. Puts 2 of them, so then when we're watching TV or playing games, you don't touch it. You know how you get all that shit on it? Said, grab the little tongs, drop it in your mouth, put it back in there.
Alright, I can do this. It's either Edgar or Nick.
No, I'm not telling you who it is, but
just
good idea.
Blink at me when I say the name.
You're not going to get it. You don't know.
Oh, it's that singing dude. The little one.
No.
Yeah! Did you think I was gonna get that?
No, but let's move on. But I digress. But please, you know what? Go ahead and DM us your favorite chips.
DM us your favorite chips.
Just because I just want to know. I want to know if there's any funny ones out there. Those Pringles. You guys were Pringles pizza fans or not?
Not the pizza.
Never had them.
Barbecue Pringles all day.
Are you a barbecue chip fan?
Yes.
I like the sour cream.
On and off for me. Sour cream?
Yeah.
How about sour cream and cheddar mix?
No, I don't like the cheddar.
I like sour cream and onion.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I could do with those.
Not cheddar either?
Those are okay. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me.
All right, guys.
Yeah, thank you
But I'm
guys.
digressing. Oh, what did I discover today?
Yeah, what did you?
Yeah, what did you discover, my friend?
I discovered that we can now do live shows, and we need to work on our phone calls.
Oh yeah.
You gotta figure out what
We
they
couldn't hear
do.
today. We couldn't hear today. I felt bad, but thanks. Shout out Gabe for giving us a call. Great question about the Rockets and Wizards trade. I was about to say Warriors, but Wizards. Guys, that's about the end of the show today. I want to thank you guys for listening, joining our live, asking the questions. I know we didn't get to all of them today. There was just so many.
Yeah, there was a lot. So we kind of got overwhelmed.
Guys, welcome to modern radio.
Yeah. So thanks for that. Just remember, guys, you guys can always contact us or talk with us. Find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can find us pretty much anywhere. You can also give us questions, ask us anything you want on the website. We do have a contact form. You're able to do that. For people looking to be an affiliate with Going Deep with Matthew and Jeremy, there is a link for that also on goingdeepwithmatthewandjeremy.com. Just click on that affiliates page and fill out the questionnaire. Anything else, guys? Did I miss anything? Oh,
Where can you find us at?
yeah, you can find us right now on everywhere. Spotify,
pretty much everywhere.
Apple Podcasts. You can find us on our website. Website allows you to leave comments, guys. And for those of you that are listening on Apple Podcasts, make sure you guys are leaving those reviews. They mean a ton to us. We love it. Just send a picture of it that you did it, and we'll put you in our raffle that is going to eventually get done.
Give you a little thumbs up.
Just let us know. We'll give you the thumbs up and put you in the raffle. Just send us the message via DMing. We have a phone number. Maddie, what's the phone number?
It's going to be 909-378-6042.
Yeah, just send us a phone through that. Yeah, one more time.
909-378-6042. Jackie Robinson.
Perfect. And don't forget to get your Going Deep with Matthew and Jeremy gear now on the website, or you could DM us and we'll help you figure out how to get those. You guys can get your phenomenal t-shirts or your Going Deep with Matthew's t-shirt. And we also have sweaters up there, guys. Make sure you get your sweaters. It's cold right now.
Oh, it will be cold.
Am I missing anything?
No, I don't think so. You think you're missing anything?
I'm not sure. Well, there's always a thing we need to walk off with.
What?
Our much love.
Oh, okay. Should we count down?
All right, guys. Thanks for listening to episode number 38. 38?
Yeah, 38.
Much love, everybody.
Take care, everybody. Much love.
Is that a long one? How long did we last? Okay.
Because we went live and we pushed the button. Actually, a little more, probably an hour and a half. Hey!
It was weird.